Hey everyone, it's Monica. Welcome back to Wildcard Wednesday here on my Bible journaling channel. This is the day that I share a page I've created, or an art supply I'm loving, or a technique I'm trying out, or anything else. Today you can see I am in Genesis chapter 1, verse 2. It says, "The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters." And you can see I've added the words ex nihilo to the page. Translated, that basically means out of nothing. And that is one of the most wonderful mysteries about the creation of the world to me, that the Creator God was able to create everything out of nothing. To start off with, I'll just mention that the miscellaneous art supplies you see on the left side of my Bible are really just there to hold the page open. I find that when I'm working either toward the very beginning or toward the very end of my Bible, it can be tricky to get it to lie nice and flat. And so I've just set a couple rolls of washi tape and a pair of scissors there to help my Bible lay flat while I'm working. I'm grabbing some washi tape to spell out the words ex nihilo on the page, and you can see me putting the washi tape on the back of my hand first, gently rubbing it, peeling it off, and then adhering it to the Bible page itself. And as a quick reminder, that's just for the purpose of weakening the adhesive so that when this process is over of using watercolor and salt on this Bible page, removing the washi tape won't be so difficult. It won't be stuck. There won't be a risk of damaging my Bible page as I pull it off. You can see as I continue to set up my Bible page, I'm creating sort of a gutter in the binding area of my Bible. That's going to catch excess water, excess paint, and eventually salt, and prevent it from getting stuck in the center binding there. And it'll also protect the binding from getting wet, which is a good thing. So I'm starting by just dampening the page, and it's probably a little more than dampening. I've added plenty of water, and then I'm just dotting in some colors. And the look I was going for on this page was sort of a galaxy idea. So I'm adding dark blue, light blue, even black, and then one of my favorite things to do is add this dark red color in, and what that does is it mixes with the blues around it and creates this really fun purple color, and it also just adds an interesting surprise color in there with all the other dark colors. So that's what I'm doing here. This gets looking pretty messy before it gets looking any better, but it's a really fun process, and I highly recommend you give it a shot. You can see I just sprinkled salt only in specific areas. I didn't do a general sprinkling over the page this time. I wanted it to look a little bit like galaxies or stars, perhaps. This idea of darkness and void into which God was about to speak. So you can see that gutter that I created there came in handy. I just was able to wipe it clean. I am using a blow dryer here to speed up the drying process on the page. The salt, as far as timing goes, you want to apply it when the page is wet with paint but not soaking wet. But you don't want to wait till it's too dry, because then the salt won't pull that pigment off the page the way it's supposed to. And now that my page is absolutely 100% completely dry, I'm going back and peeling off some tape. You can see some of the water had seeped in under there with some paint, and I just blotted it dry. And this is the part that I always feel like is a little bit like Christmas, getting to peel this tape off. And you can see the style that I was going for here was a bit messy. So I tore the pieces of tape instead of cutting them. I am not concerned at all by any seepage of watercolor getting in under the edges of the tape. I just think that's part of the fun. Like I said before, this is such a fun idea to me, such an amazing thing that the Creator was able to make something out of nothing. And just with his words, he just spoke and it was. So that's kind of some of the things I'm thinking about as I'm working here. Next, I'm just gently massaging the salt off of the page, trying to catch it in that little plate at the bottom with moderate success. And then lastly, I'm just removing all the paper and tape and extra protection that I'd given the page before starting. And there's the finished product. Ex nihilo, out of nothing, God was able to create all that we see and all that is now around us. What an amazing God we serve. You can see the back of the page here did have a little seepage around the edge because I didn't take the time to mask off the edges on to the piece of printer paper that I had behind it. Most times I do that, but I just wanted everything to go to the very end of the page on this one. Thank you so much for joining me today and watching this video. You can give it a thumbs up if you liked it, add a comment below, and most importantly, I just want to encourage you to dive into the living Word of God. It is amazing. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my Facebook group as well. I will see you the next time, and I hope you have a wonderful day.